Welcome to Angela Jane Presents. Today I have a guest with me on the show who is a micro photographer. And without further ado, I will let him introduce himself.
Dude, I'm Walter, the photographer. I take pictures of stuff. Bugs, environment, forests, mountains, the moon, stuff like that. I'm a photographer. Look at some of the pictures that I gave you.
Oh, okay.
If you'd like to look at some of the pictures, I can explain them to you.
Okay. And here we go to the first picture. Tell us about this picture.
Okay, this is called macro photography. Macro photography is where you take, close-up, basically, close-up photography, okay? Now, this is a dragonfly, of course, but if you notice, there's all kinds of ice accumulating all over the dragonfly.
Is that dew or ice?
This is ice, actually. This is, it's moisture, so at some time it was some kind of dew. But yeah, there's, oh, wait a minute, actually, this is a little bit of a cross between dew and ice. See, the dragonfly was frozen, and this is where the sun comes up and the frost starts to melt.
Is
and
it
that
still
is
alive?
how I was, it's probably.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't stick around to see if it was still alive. I just saw the picture. This was a fantastic opportunity to take a picture of a dragonfly really, really close up. Because what happens with insects is you're sitting there with a camera and you get closer and closer and closer to it. They spook, they fly away.
Yeah.
So this is a close-up of a dragonfly with frozen morning dew.
Oh, that is cool. Okay.
That is a picture of a ridiculously good-looking photographer. Man, he's sharp. And the way he
with
dresses.
no ego whatsoever.
Check out the way he dresses, man. That is just, who is that good-looking guy?
So that's why we got the dragonfly photos. So on to the next stuff.
There you go. See, it's another frozen dragonfly. This was a particularly good day for frozen dragonflies. This just happens to be another one. And the one thing I really love about dragonflies is the eyes. First of all, the eyes are giant. The colors are incredible. This one's gold, some are red, some are blue. My favorite is a bluish green dragonfly, and I do have a picture of them over here.
Okay, let's see what the next one is.
Yeah, now you see this here is another one. And something interesting about dragonfly colors is they only show color whenever they're alive. If you see a dead dragonfly, more than likely it's turned to gray or green or something a little bit drabber, okay? But yeah, this is a dragonfly, just, and you can see the background is really dark.
Yeah.
But the real background isn't terribly dark. This is just something that happens whenever you take a close-up picture, is the aperture of the camera narrows to a point where the only thing you really see is what's up front, okay? The background, because the aperture is so narrow, the background very often fades into darkness.
Oh, okay. So this one looks like it's getting ready to fly off, though.
Well, that's what dragonflies do. They sit there beating
So
their wings.
how
until
did
they go
you
up.
get, basically, how did you get that close with it flying off so you could snap the picture?
I used a lens that can, like a zoom lens.
So from a distance, you just zoomed in very, very close.
There you go, yeah, exactly.
Okay, next one, here's the eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this is what I talk about. The dragonfly eyes are just amazing. You see how it just, each eye covers like half of its head.
Kind of looks like it has a mantis nose, like a puppy dog's mouth.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay, next. There we go
Yeah.
again.
And you see what I'm talking about by the striking colors of the wings and the body. They're just, dragonflies are one of my favorite insects. They're just amazing to look at. And this just was one of those things where whenever you're photographing, doing macro photography, getting bugs is extremely difficult because they are so perceptive about everything that's going on around them. So this just happens to be one of the photographs that was taken. It was just Sometimes it's just a matter of just luck, being in the right place at the right time.
Now I notice why you wear the shirt. And if you notice, there's similarities in the colors to the dragonflies.
Okay. I am a
Next.
dragonfly.
Oh, this one's pretty.
Yeah, red dragonflies are really, really beautiful. You don't find any red dragonflies around here. Mostly.
Where did you find this one?
This
What
was in
state?
Texas. Texas is where you will find red, brown, blue, green, all kinds of different dragonflies. The Austin area is really good for it. Yeah, dragonflies, when they're in their larval state, they stay underwater. So if you have, like around the Austin area, there are a lot of lakes, a lot of ponds and so forth. Dragonflies are just everywhere. And it's just amazing.
And here's another one with the dewdrops and frozen.
This one's actually not frozen. This was just like a morning shot. You get up in the morning, there's lots of dew. There's dew on the dragonflies. This is just one of those shots that it's a particularly good shot. I really like
What
it.
state's this in?
No, that would be Texas.
So all these pictures are from Texas.
Any dragonfly shots are Texas, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a...
Same thing. Now, macro photography is exceptionally difficult because what you're doing is you're focusing in on a very small area. And the whole thing about photography means light image, okay? So the photo part in photography is the light. You have to get a lot of light whenever you're doing macro photography like this, okay? And if you notice on the previous one, there's hairs, little hairs coming out. And in order to get those hairs, you have to use like a spotlight. So right now, you can't really detect it, but this dragonfly is being lit up so brightly that it's actually very difficult to tell that there's a bug there at all because it's lit up so brightly. And you have to set the shutter speed so high that the natural motion of the dragonfly is canceled out. So this is a very tiny aperture and a very high speed and a lot of light. And that's one of the difficult things about getting insect photography is you have to use a lot of light, and most bugs are not going to sit still for very long under a lot of light. And it's the same thing here. You can tell it's a very bright day.
Oh,
and this is the one I'm
how'd you
talking
get it in flight like that?
This is just, if you take enough photographs, you will eventually get a good one. Now, on this particular day, I'd probably taken about 600 photographs trying to get dragonflies in flight.
So that's like a hummingbird shot. Some people try and get the hummingbird, but they flap so fast.
Exactly, yeah. And like I said, this is a very high speed. So I think this right here, because you can't really see what's happening in the background, this means that the aperture is very, very wide. Whenever you can't see what's happening in the background, it's a wide aperture, narrow field of view, okay? And so the wider the aperture is, the faster you can take an exposure. So there was a whole bunch of light there, and the aperture is very wide. The speed was very fast, and that's how you take the picture of the dragonfly in flight.
Oh, cool. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see what the next one is. This actually is a pretty good slideshow. Oh, cool. Oh, he's not caught in the web, is he?
It's possible, but it's also very likely that the dragonfly is eating a spider. Dragonflies are voracious insect eaters.
Yeah, but if you look at it, oh, you mean it's still wet?
Well, the dragonfly is wet, and the web is also wet. There's got dewdrops and everything. But what I'm saying is it's entirely possible that the dragonfly is eating the spider.
I don't see the spider.
Well, might be consumed.
And you said they lose their color when they're dead, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't look very colorful, so maybe it's stuck.
Oh, no, it's alive. If the spider had attacked it, it would be in a web cocoon.
Okay, and you took the picture, so you saw it move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
This is an amazing little spider. I love jumping spiders. Jumping spiders are absolutely fascinating to me because of the fact that they have these huge eyes all around their head. And they actually have eyes in the back of their head. They have eyes in the front and the sides.
And whiskers. Shoot, I've seen a couple of guys ride by on some bikes that look like this, but that was their helmet. That's
yeah,
cool.
now spiders, the same thing. You have to get a lot of light on them, and jumping spiders especially, they react very quickly to any changes in light, any light distortion or anything.
Kind of like a shadow coming across, maybe?
Exactly, yeah. If you got a jumping spider, they're sitting there watching everything. And that's one thing about the jumping spiders. They're predatory, and what they will do is they will go after any insect. And basically, they're attracted to motion, any kind of motion, okay? If they see motion, they'll go towards it. And, having a lot of light on them, being around, they react to motion. So you have to be very still, and you have to adjust the camera accordingly. This right here, there was just a lot of light. And if you can look, you can see the reflection in the spider's eyes of the lens and the person. Infinity.
Okay. And there we go again. Oh, cool.
Texas
Oh, you got
has
a ton of spiders here. Different. Is that the same one or different?
No, different. Yeah, Texas
ones.
has got many different types of jumping spiders. Look at the mandibles on this one.
Yeah, ouch.
And the really crazy thing is jumping spiders, I mean, this spider right here is probably about 1/4 of an inch across. It's tiny.
Oh.
But it uses those mandibles. It'll jump on a fly, it'll latch onto it, and it'll just tear it apart and eat it. But yeah, Texas has, that's where most of my serious photography is from.
So it's really about that big, huh?
Yeah, about 1/4 of an inch long. Maybe, about like that.
And then it's...
But that's the whole thing about macro photography. Macro photography, you're taking something very small and you're making it look very large. You're getting a lot of detail with it. You can see the hairs and everything. Yeah, this guy too. And the something about jumping spiders is that they're attracted to motion.
So you got all the shots looking at you.
Yeah, that's what jumping spiders do. They're very curious.
They always face you.
Not always, no. There are many photographs I have of jumping spiders where it's just a side. It's just that this is a lot more interesting. I mean, that looks like a guy who's frowning. It looks,
He had a bad hair day. Oh man.
Yeah, this is really neat.
How did you do that?
This is just water. The spider is on water, and the water reflects.
And because you were so close, it did the whole background away. It wasn't. Oh wow, that's almost like out of science fiction movie.
Yeah, like the jumping spider that ate New York or something. Yeah.
Tarantula. Remember tarantula? Oh, that is pretty. It's almost like a crab.
Yeah, these are some.
No, okay,
really...
how big is that in reality?
Oh, the jumping spiders are very, very tiny. This one here was probably, like I said, less than 1/4 of an inch across.
Oh, wow, that's surreal.
Now this one right here is, you see, it's got its little
clown face,
and it sticks up the back.
Oh, okay, to
like,
scare off a predator or something. Oh, now that's awesome, getting that in action. You ever share these with science classes and everything?
They're online. I always post my photographs online.
So anyone could check out the photographs?
Yeah. In fact, there's a person, I forget his name, he lives in Oklahoma, and he is one of the biggest photographers of jumping spiders, insects, snakes, everything. He is just an amazing, in fact, the way I set up my camera, the illumination, the lenses and all that stuff, is just, I took all of his advice on getting these photographs, and it turns out.
So will you do a
amazing.
class on it sometime?
No.
If anyone's interested in learning?
I won't. No, there's many videos online. You just go to YouTube, look at macro photography. I mean, that's where I learned.
And you're one of the ones on there too?
I have a lot of photographs that are published. They're online. Yeah, there's many photography sites where you could just put your pictures up. These right here, this is just your regular
Landscapes.
landscaping stuff. And one thing I really love about landscape photography is you can look. I mean, you're looking through time here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you go there, this is a volcanic area. It was a volcanic area. This one might be Thor's Well. I forget. Yeah. Now, do you know what Thor's Well is?
What is Thor's Well?
Thor's Well on the coast of Oregon, the coast of Oregon. There is a geyser hole, and what happens whenever the tide comes in? The water pushes into it, and it just it shoots water straight up in
It
the
shoots the water up.
And
yeah.
the reason it's called Thor's Well is because anytime the water goes in there and shoots it up, it makes such an incredible noise, and it sounds like Thor's hammer.
So this was in Oregon. You took these photos.
I think so, but it might.
And
not.
then these.
This one was probably Arizona. This one I think might have been New Mexico. Now this is what's called a hoodoo. If you look at this, and what happens is with a hoodoo in New Mexico and Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, Colorado, around that area, there's a lot of sandstone.
Okay, yeah.
Sandstone that's like a mile thick. Okay.
Yeah.
And also volcanic activity. Well, what happens is the volcanism spreads lava all over the sandstone, okay? Now the lava becomes basalt. It becomes very, very hard rock. So it just kind of stays there. So whenever the wind comes through and it sculpts the sandstone. It removes the sandstone. And as the sandstone is removed, you're left with the hardened rock up here on the top. And this is what's called a hoodoo, okay? And actually, yeah, on the right side, towards the upper part there, you will see, and this is not actually one of mine. This is Jim Caffrey. I must have got this online. I have taken a whole bunch of photographs.
Oh, okay, give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, you can see up there in the top part how you've got some rock that is still up there, and it's big and flat and wide, and the sandstone has been removed. So there's a bunch of hoodoos here, and this is probably New Mexico.
That looks like the Arches.
Yeah, this is Arches, and this right here is Lake Michigan. And you can see there's a whole bunch of kind of soft stone there, and when the tide comes in, it does this. So
it
you
kind
can
of
tell,
erodes underneath.
Yeah, exactly. Now you can tell there's trees growing on there.
Yeah.
Okay, so this part that is out there in the water was at one time connected to the land. And the fact that the trees are growing there tells you that, that particular land, it was connected. It was connected to the mainland, whatever the age of the tree is ago. So, if those trees are like, 50, 100 years old, you know that little island area there that's isolated was probably part of the land, 50 or 100 years ago. So this is a relatively fast route. Now this right here, I can't remember. I believe this is Utah, Zion Canyon, somewhere around there. And that's Utah Arches again. Not sure.
Oh, there's a cool tree.
Yeah, I can't remember. Some of these might.
Now, how did you get that one? Did you actually look through ice?
This is the magic of photography, okay?
Okay, so...
This is just ice and snow on a beach someplace and looking through a little hole in a piece of ice. The ice right there is just, like I said, it's just
so you pick that up and put in front of the camera just to get the picture there, right?
That's what I call, it's the magic of photography, perception. Yeah, photography is all about creating perception, You can make a short person look tall, a tall person look short. I mean, look at the right there. Here's a picture of us, right?
Well, yeah,
you
'cause
look
I
taller
got-
than me.
Well, not really, because
you
everyone
do.
knows I'm in
See?
the high chair, so I'm definitely shorter.
And that is the magic of photography. I'm 6'5", and I actually look smaller than you. And you are what, 5'7"? 5'7". There you go.
5'7".
And you look like you're taller than me. See, that's just the magic of photography. That's what photography does.
And movie making, too.
Oh, yeah.
Just kind of stage out, set the stage, but get in nature. Those nature shots are really, really cool.
Yeah, I've been taking pictures for a long time. I love photography. And something I love about that, go back again, but that one right there. I believe this is Zion. I don't know. Like I said, I've been taking pictures for since I was 14 or so. I always, love pictures. And you can see the curling, swirling little thing there.
Almost like an underground river or a cave river. It's like a cave.
Well, sometimes the river is flowing heavily and sometimes it's flowing very lightly. And that little swirling down there in the bottom is for when it's not flowing very quickly.
Switchbacks.
And
you had to climb up a mountain to get this one, huh?
Yeah, that's not actually one of mine. That's just one that I have in my collection. See, when it comes to my, this is actually in New York. This is not one of mine either. This is upstate New York or something. I think that's Zion Canyon again. But yeah, like I said, I've been.
So you like doing the background photography too, landscape?
Yeah. Most of the photographs I have on my computer that are, my screensaver, photographs I've taken, just random places, random times. Like there is down in California, in Monterey, you have the Monterey Beach Aquarium. And I've taken pictures of the jellyfish. They have a huge tank there. It's the room is dark and the tank is well lit. And you can see these jellyfish just swimming around in there, right? I've taken hundreds of photographs of these jellyfish there.
What's your favorite part of photography?
The fact that you can change reality through perception.
Now, it looks like you go on location to do this. What's your favorite part about going on location?
Just being cool places.
Do you dress the same? Or do you dress for the weather?
What's wrong with the way I'm dressed? How you're dressed doesn't really reflect photography. I mean, you could go out there in a tuxedo.
I don't know. I've been out and did one of those centerfold pictures, and the water was very ice cold, and so the camera shook a lot. No, that's not good. That's going to be cut out.
Whatever.
No, I'm going to keep that one.
No, but yeah, I love going to places and I love seeing interesting things. And I really my whole ambition is whenever I'm 85 years old, when I'm 85 years old and I'm ready to die, I'm going to be thinking, wow, look at all these photographs this person has on his hard drive. This guy must have had a really interesting life. And then they're going to say, oh, that's you. You took all those pictures. And I'm going to be thinking, really? Hey, that's great, because the whole Alzheimer's thing is going to kick in and I'm not going to know who I am or what I've done. If I have photographic evidence of all the places I've been, all the things I've done, all the stuff that I've seen, I will know that I have led a very interesting life and I'll be very happy. And the thing is, photographs serve as a reminder for everything that you've done or been. People who you've forgotten, people who you knew, like I have photographs of New Year's from when I went to San Francisco for New Year's. I met some people there. I have no idea who these people are. I don't know where they came from, but I do know on that particular New Year's, I was having a great time with some people in San Francisco, and we had a terrific New Year's. So, like I said, when I'm 85 years old, sitting on my deathbed, ready to die, I'll look at some of those pictures. I'll say,
okay, how old are you right now?
I am forever years old.
Oh, okay.
Next year I'll be infinity.
Oh, okay, so you got another 20 years to go, right?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Oh, okay.
Time is
Well,
time doesn't actually exist. It's relative
thank you
experience.
for showing up. I enjoyed your photography. So
Oh, are we done?
No, I've been inspired. Once you get inspired, it leads to the next one.
Groovy.
Yeah, because I even brought my camera. I've got to go do some photography at a show.
Groovy, man. I
Yeah.
can say groovy. You know why?
Because you're that age group.
No. Yeah, definitely. And
You're not even
most-
looking at me.
well, you're supposed to look at the camera
Oh,
because
no, we're having a
that is
conversation.
who we're talking to. We're talking to the people out
No,
there.
they're sneaking in on our conversation.
See, this is something I train my guests to do. I say, always look into the camera. No matter what you're saying, look into the camera. Because if you and I just sit here talking like this, they feel left out of the conversation.
There, I got you to finally look at me. I just start picking your nose. Look, I look like one of the spiders. Here, we're there you go. Wait, go over to that. There. Oh, wait. And go over to, go sliding through. Which one looks the most like me? Oh, no, I don't like that one. That one, that one. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Okay, there you are.
There we go. No, wrong one. 9. Okay.
yeah, I always-
There's the spider, and then flip over to there. And I go, there we go. Inspiration. Get some micro booger photography.
Macro photography. So what's up
It's
with the paints here?
awesome.
Were you going to paint a macro photograph of some spiders or
No,
something?
you were supposed to bring. I had in my head listening to you talk, going, thinking you'd bring pictures of what
I did
it's
bring
like
pictures.
to
I brought
work
pictures. We looked at
behind
them.
work a haunted house, and so I brought my face paints. I got the best face paints. I used to be a face painter.